Hi everyone, this is Meg back with another video, and I wanted to talk about something that happened to me yesterday. It's really all about noticing the energy of the choices that you're making about how you're using your time. And in particular, this maybe will be beneficial to those of you who love learning. You know, you just always love to learn something new, you're always curious, there's always more to learn. So this video I hope is in particular helpful to you. I am one of those people who has always loved learning. My parents are teachers, so education was kind of part of our life growing up. I was told it's important. There's so much opportunity from learning. It's my parents' livelihood. So I always really valued and loved learning. I think it's super fun to learn. I'm endlessly curious. I think it's neat to just consider all that there is in the world to learn about. The downside is there is a whole lot in the world to learn about if we chose to. So it can be overwhelming. It can be never ending. It can feel like you're just at this massive buffet and you're trying to figure out, like, what do I put on my plate? And the risk is that you can end up with your plate very full of all this stuff that you want to learn about because it looks good and it looks juicy and it looks interesting and it looks appetizing. And then you realize, oh my God, my plate is full and my brain is full. So this is for anyone who relates to that feeling. Yesterday I had an experience that was really different to something that would have happened to me a few years ago. And there was a webinar that I saw advertised by a talk being given by a man named Cal Newport. He's a writer. He's written a few books, one of which is called Deep Work, which has some really great tips about how we can be more focused in a very distracted world. He has a new book coming out apparently called Slow Productivity. And I saw the advertisement and I thought, oh, that looks really interesting. I'd love to go to that. As it turns out, the timing of it was kind of fitted in around I needed to take my son somewhere at a specific time, but everything kind of lined up so that timing wise I could drop my son off and I could listen to this webinar from the car. I did listen to the webinar. It was really interesting. It was a hot day. I had the car window down, listening, enjoying the talk. A little kid walked by with his carer parent, and we had a little chat through the car window, and he was kind of asking me why I was sitting in the car with the window open, and it just felt like, oh, this is really nice. Like, this situation is supporting me in a way that feels like it's meeting some of my needs, which was I needed to get my son to his event. I wanted to watch this webinar. I'm able to do that. I'm using the technology to support me in that moment to make it happen. And it felt so good. It felt like really lovely. And the reason I wanted to bring it up is because again, the energy of it was really different to maybe me, a version of me like 5 years ago. I would have really felt like I need to get to that webinar. Like, I'll have to make it happen. If I don't get to that webinar, you know, I will not get this really vital piece of information that's going to unlock all the secrets that are going to make my life easier, which just none of that's true, right? But so 5 years ago, I would have been really frantic and desperate to try to make this all happen. And the difference yesterday was like, yeah, that looks really interesting. I'd love to attend. I think I can attend, so I will. And the energy, again, the tone, I keep using that word energy, but like the energy, the tone of it was like, yeah, I really want to do this. I'm going to try to make it happen. Whereas 5 years ago, it would have been this like desperate, like, if I don't get there, if I don't learn more about this topic, if I don't keep consuming, you know, the world's going to fall apart. I'm going to lose my learning edge. All this sort of nonsense stuff I would tell myself 5 years ago. So that would be just, you know, if any of this makes sense to you, if you're like, that's interesting, just notice for yourself in the coming week or so, what learning opportunities do you have available to you? What if you didn't have to do any of them? What if you decided, actually, you know what, none of that is necessary for me right now. There are other ways that would benefit me more to spend my time than continuing to learn. And also give yourself a break, give yourself some grace to say, wow, I love learning, it's fun, and I don't need to do it all the time. I can have a rest. I can let my brain uh, do other things to learn, be creative, move, get outside, be in nature, be with people. So that's my invitation for anyone who identifies as a learner, a lover of learning. See if you can notice that in the coming week and see what would shift if you just really thought and were discerning about, oh, do I really want to do this? Does it fit easily? Does it, seem like something that generally I'm like, yeah, I want to, versus, oh, I feel I need to, or I'm going to miss out if I don't have it. So I am Meg Lyons, helping busy women live with more balance, ease, and joy. Follow me here for more videos. I'm over on LinkedIn as well. I'm doing posts there, and we'll see you back here on the next video. Take care for now. Bye.